Good morning. We're in John 1:17 today. It's Friday. I'll read John 1:15 and 16 to give us some context. John, that's John the Baptist, testified concerning him, that's the Logos, Jesus. He cried out saying, "This is the one I spoke about when I said, 'He who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me.' Out of his fullness we have all received grace in place of grace already given." And now John the Gospel writer writes, "For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ." So, of course, he's juxtaposing the law, which is not the Old Testament per se, it's the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, which includes the law of God, which is the standard of righteousness. And then John says, listen, through Moses, God gave the revelation of the standard of righteousness. The law was given through Moses, but here's what Jesus does. He takes from the law that principle. So before this, we thought, if we just keep the law, we'll merit God's love, his forgiveness, his faithfulness. Our righteousness will trigger him coming through Messiah. It'll qualify us for heaven. And Jesus wipes all that stuff out and says, you can't keep the law. The standard's too high. So what Jesus does is he comes and says, I'm going to give you 2 things. I'm going to actually explain the law so that you take the truth of it into yourself, and it begins to transform you with my help so that you actually live out its truth and not just the letter of the law. So you recall with me in the Sermon on the Mount where Jesus keeps on in chapter 5. You've heard it said, and he quotes the Old Testament law, but I tell you, and he seems to heighten it. Actually, he doesn't heighten it. He says, let me tell you what it looks like when it's applied in a real life situation. Instead of just stopping and saying, I've kept the law, you take the law and it changes who you are. With my help, I reveal what the law means so that when you live it out in the kingdom, there's freedom in it and it's applied in such beautiful ways. So instead of stopping, it forms the heart and continues. So here's John saying, listen, Moses gave us the law, but here's what Jesus does. He brings grace, help, and truth to bear on our hearts so that we actually begin to live out the law as Christ would if he were us with his help. Something to think about for today. Grace and peace.